Hello, and welcome to the Capstone Project Presentation for EA 521 in the spring semester by Alan Miller. For this project, I have assessed a site for its renewable energy potential for my client. A little bit about my client. My client are homeowners in Guilford County, North Carolina. They are a two-person household who is looking to offset their electric bill with renewable energy, and I have been tasked with assessing their site and helping determine which renewable energy option is best for them. Ideally, doing so would help add value to their home when they go to sell it at a later date. To begin my site assessment, I've noticed that the property is quite small. It's not enough land to support biomass being a viable option of renewable energy for my clients. So this brings me to my assessment for wind. And this is a map of North Carolina drawn up by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, showing the annual average wind speed at 30 meters. And most of inland North Carolina is this dark green color, showing an average wind speed of less than 4 meters per second. Less than ideal, not good wind speeds. But if you go out towards the coast, that is where the wind speed is higher, and the best area potential for wind in North Carolina is offshore on the coast. If utility scales were to go out there and place their wind turbines and run the lines to get it to their customers, that is where wind would work. But in Greensboro, North Carolina, in the center of the state, where the wind speeds are low and highly residential area, ordinances would not allow for wind for my client. So this brings me to solar potential. Again, another map provided by the NREL showing the solar potential in North Carolina. Most of it is this orange color, ranges to this dark red as well as these lighter orange colors. But as a whole, North Carolina averages in this 4 to 5 kilowatt hours per meter squared per day range. So just about anywhere solar can be used in North Carolina. A PV solar system can be installed easily on rooftops of residential single-family homes, which my client has. Solar energy can then be collected and used on site. A little bit about the property. The home is located in Greensboro, North Carolina. It is 2,338 square foot home. We've looked at engineered drawings of the home and determined the roof pitch has a rise over run of 6/12, which equates to a 26.6 degree tilt. Using a compass, we've oriented the home and it faces south. And we're looking at the upper roof of the roof of the second floor. There's a little L-shaped area on the first floor, roof of the first floor, but we're looking at the second floor upper level roof. There are trees in the rear of the lot, but they're far enough away that shading or blockage of the sun is not a problem. And being in Guilford County, North Carolina, like as most of North Carolina is, the energy provider is Duke Energy. So this brings us to my client's home energy usage. And this is just a chart showing all of their statements from Duke Energy in 2019. As you can see, in the winter months where it's cold and they're running the heat, the bill is much higher. But in the warmer months, my client, instead of running the AC, they set it on cool, but for the most part, they open their windows to get natural ventilation and cooling, helping lower their bill. And their total kilowatt hours used in 2019 added up to 13,176 with a monthly average of 1,098 kilowatt hours. So this brings us to the system info. Using PV Watts, an online tool provided by the National Renewable Energy Laboratory, I have modeled a system. So the system is a 9.2 kilowatt system. It'll be standard, fixed on the roof. I've used the default system losses. Again, based off engineered drawings of the home, the rise over run pitch of the roof is 6/12. Clicking on the information tabs on PV Watts, it is determined the degrees is a 26.6 degree tilt. And the home faces due south, so again, clicking on the information tab, it tells you the direction of the home, and the equivalent degrees. So a south-facing home, 180. And then running it through the calculation, this is the system output. It shows you this nice little chart. It's got your month, your solar radiation, the energy created from your solar panels, as well as the dollar value of that energy created. So this 9.2 kilowatt system has an output of 12,924 to 13,795 kilowatt hours per year, with the average being 13,543. This does fit with my client's 2019 annual energy usage of 13,176. And if you add up the value of all the months energy created through the system, it equates to $1,384. So cost. To determine the cost, I've looked up the average cost in North Carolina, and according to Energy Sage, the most recent data shows the NC average price of going solar is $2.80 per watt. So I've upped that to $2,800 per kilowatt, multiplied it by the size of the proposed system of 9.2 kilowatts to get the total cost of the system to be $25,760. And this is a pretty hefty cost, but there are incentives available to my client that can help lower the cost. Let's talk about them next. So through the investment tax credit, if the system is installed by the end of the year, my client would qualify for a 26% tax credit. And if you multiply that 26% of the total cost, $25,760, you get a tax credit of $5,740. In addition to the tax credit, their local energy provider offers a rebate program. And through the Duke Energy rebate program, they offer 60 cents per watt credit for a system up to 10 kilowatts. So any system 10 kilowatts or more will give you a $6,000 credit. But this 9.2 kilowatt system qualifies for a rebate of $5,520 from Duke Energy. Combining these two incentives, the tax credit and the rebate, we get $11,948. So we take the total cost of the system, which was $25,760, subtract the combined investment tax credit and Duke Energy rebate of $11,948 to give you the cost of the system after the credit and rebate of $13,812. And to calculate the payback period, we've taken that cost of the system after the incentives and divided it by the annual dollar value of solar power generated, calculated through the PV watts, of 1,384 to give us a payback period of 10 years. So in 10 years, this system will have paid for itself. As a Duke Energy customer, my client would be able to participate in net metering if they go solar and use renewable energy. So their current meter, which spins one way, would be replaced with a bidirectional meter to calculate the net energy at the house. So if they are generating more energy than they are using, it will spin backwards. But if they are using more energy than they are producing, it spins forwards. And the idea is to get it to net. So you're feeding into the grid, they're buying off you, hence net metering. So in summation, my client is looking to use renewable energy, and I've been tasked with assessing their site and determining the best option for my client. I have ruled out biomass due to the size of the lot, and I've also ruled out wind due to the wind potential of the area. So solar is the best option for my client. And in the determination of solar being the best client, I have gone ahead and sized out a system, as well as done the economic analysis of it. So this 9.2 kilowatt system will average an annual yield of 13,543 kilowatts, which covers their 2019 annual usage of 13,176 kilowatts. This system for my client would qualify for the investment tax credit, as well as a rebate from their energy provider, Duke Energy. The cost of the system after this rebate and tax credit would be $13,812, and dividing that by the annual dollar value of power generated, the system would pay for itself in about 10 years. So I hope with this presentation my client is able to use this basis on determining whether they would like to go with the solar option or not choose renewable at all. Thank you.